Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dude Knits. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other. Oh. This is how my day is going. So, that is Artemis. She is still here, still needy, still doesn't know why I'm talking to a camera. Welcome, everyone. It has been a little bit of a hiatus. There's no reason for it. Really, the biggest thing is I didn't want to edit, and I somehow got this in my mind that because the podcasts I really like and I really enjoy have these really cool edited segments, and they have this music and these videos in it, and I really want to do that, that I needed to do that in order to continue doing this, but I don't. I can continue doing this, and so this one probably won't be edited very much, and the reality is I just need to stop or slow down the amount of knitting podcasts that I watch and watch a couple like editing ones and how do you do this, how do you do that, and so that is what I need to do. So that's a little explanation on why it's been a little while. Thank you for coming. I'm still in my apartment, but I'm on my couch because it's a Saturday and I have like a pile of stuff to go through, because just because I didn't podcast didn't mean I stopped knitting or crocheting, and I certainly didn't stop buying yarn. So buckle up, get ready, here we go. I hope you have a cup of tea or something to drink and you enjoy watching this, and if you do, please leave a like, leave a comment. I appreciate that. Still trying to figure this thing out, but yeah, I'm hoping to do it a little bit more regularly. There's another episode I want to put up, and maybe you've already seen that. Maybe I've done that by the time this gets uploaded, just about how my family vacation went and some things like that. And so that was at the beginning of June, end of May. And so it's been a month. It's been a summer, basically. And I'm really warm right now because I'm in my first cardigan that I've ever made, and I love it. This has been a journey. Yeah, so I don't have too much to update on. My family's doing great. You know, I appreciate all my friends and the people that watch this, who I think are most of the people right now. Everything's going pretty well. So, yeah, let's jump into the knitting. Let's jump into the Yarny podcast. I'm sure I'll share other things as we go. Gotta have your iced coffee. I mean, what are you gonna do without it? So the first thing that I want to talk about, some finished objects, some things like that. And so as you can see, this is a cardigan. I love it. It's the first cardigan I've ever made. And like I said, it's been a journey. It's not done. I have to sew on buttons and decide if I want to do pockets or not. This is, I wrote myself a little note, the Mountains and Stone cardigan by Lovely by Lee, who has very inclusive sizing with her cardigans. It's the first time I've done a fitted garment, and so I was nervous the entire time that it was going to be too small. I'm a bigger dude, as you can see, so I was nervous the entire time that it was going to be too small, and I didn't exactly get the right yarn. I substituted some more affordable options that I found. Artemis is still upset that I'm not talking to her, and so, yeah, I blocked it the wrong way. That's what happened. I blocked it because I wasn't really thinking. I was trying to get it blocked so I could wear it, and I was rushing into work, and I blocked it like I'm used to blocking my shawls, almost like a crescent shawl. And so what happened is now the wings, calling these wings, are way too long. The back of it sits right below my waist, which is nice, but then these come really far down, and so I could try blocking it again. Artemis, do you have to play with that plastic bag right now? Could you maybe play with that later? No, she needs to play with it right now. Artemis, stop that. She's totally not going to stop. I don't have my squirt gun of water that I usually do, so she knows, but she knows the sound of it. So, yeah, so that's this journey. I think it's a great pattern. It's the first time I used that size needles. Usually I use much smaller needles, so this was using size 15 and 13. And then it's made with Schmeier yarn Lova, which is a size 6 super bulky, and it's 67% polyacrylic, 30% wool, and 3% polyamide. And so this is, ooh, where's my camera? The yarn label. I'm really hoping that doesn't show up backwards. I looked at this online, and the place I work, some of their colors are dark green, and so I didn't think it would be this neon. It's like kind of okay. Good practice piece. I learned a ton doing it, so I'll still wear it around home or something. I don't know if I'll wear it into work, but I'll sew the buttons on and then decide if I want to do pockets or not. And so, yeah, that's the Mountains in Stone cardigan by Lovely by Lee. She has a couple other patterns that I really want to try out. I think there's like a Hills in Stone or something like that. I would say you should check out the notes down below, but just like editing, I don't know if those are going to happen. Artemis, that's my pile of stuff to show. There's boxes of stuff up here, and she's just really enjoying herself. Can I help you? So that's the first thing, and I'm going to take it off because I am really, really warm, and so this is not going to come across. There she is. There she is. Hey, girl. Yeah. So that's the Mountains in Stone cardigan. I love it. It's August in Wisconsin, and it's like 86 degrees today, so my air conditioner's off so the noise doesn't interfere. Again, why there's ice in my iced coffee. And so I was really excited to get that done and on the blocking mats, and less excited when I kind of messed up some of the blocking. And so in between, before I found that out, I was very excited to continue making like a matching set of things to wear with it. A little dorky, but I love it. And so I made a hat out of the same yarn. This is just a generic hat pattern. I adopted one of Ross's hats to make this. There's not an exact pattern because it's with super bulky, which I think is one of the sizes he doesn't yet have. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have it. And that's Ross from Smells Like Yarn. Love his podcast. You know, he's also in Wisconsin, which is cool for me. So yeah, I made this to match, and I started making some mittens as well out of the same yarn because I have several of these left over. I got like 25 of them because they're smaller little things of yarn. Not a cake, not a skein. Ball, maybe? I don't know exactly what this is called. So, yeah, it is about 50 meters or 55 yards for one of these. And so I was like, shoot, I'm going to need a lot based on the pattern. And then I didn't. Which is definitely probably my fault somewhere with gauge swatching. I messed up, or I'm not blaming the pattern at all. It's a really lovely pattern. I was very confused at first because it has a lot of pages in it, but that's because they give you so many cool options. I could reknit that cardigan like 15 times with different combinations of things that are all in the one pattern that you buy. Definitely think it's worth your money if you're looking for a cardigan. It was my first cardigan. Because it's with bigger yarn, it goes by fast. So you get to see your project. I enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. So continuing with FOs, what do we have here in my pile of stuff? I'm sure there's other ones that I just can't remember what I did right now. But I've got a pair of socks on my sock blockers. So I have been watching Crazy Sock Lady. She's Kay from that channel. I watch her all the time. She loves socks. I've come to really like in having socks on the go. They're easy to take with you, easy to take to work during lunch, easy just to, you know, wait and have these with you wherever you go. And so I love them. I love them a lot. I don't remember the yarn because it was a long time ago. I bought them at a shop in Appleton, Wisconsin called Casting On. I don't think I have it on my Ravelry project page, but I might. If you want to go check that out, that's Dude Knits 89 on Ravelry. Feel free to take a look at my projects. But But yeah, these are on US ones. I used the magic loop cuff down, and I bought one of Kay's patterns from the Crazy Sock Lady, vanilla socks on magic loop. I'm still trying to find my perfect sock recipe, and so these are two different socks with the same yarn. This one is the first one I made. I did 64 stitches on a US one, and it's definitely too loose. It falls off my leg, which I don't enjoy. It's not why I like socks. And this one is US one with 56 stitches, and I love the color pooling that happens on this. Just naturally, I didn't do anything. It just kind of happened that way, and it fits better, but still a little loose. And so I probably should try US ones, or I used US ones. I should try US zeros. I've just been, there's such a small needle. I could try going down again and try 48 stitches, make the sock go real fast. See how that fabric feels. So I'm still trying to find my perfect sock recipe, but these are done, and so these took me about a week to make, and so they were fun. I've worn them to work already once, because I always like to show my coworkers, this is what I'm knitting, this is what I just got off the needles, and half the time they're super impressed, the other half the time they say they should do an intervention with the amount of stash acquisitions I have, which they're not wrong, but I enjoy it. It's my hobby. I love it a lot, and so is that the last of my FOs? That's the last of my FOs. I have a lot of whips, and I'm not going to show them all. I'm just going to show a few of them, and a ton of yarn to show you all. So buckle up, get ready. Here we go. And some of these projects have been through a lot. Some of them have not. So, because I always like to take my yarn with me, and I think I want to start taking more pictures, because these socks were with me on a date. I went on a date. I won't be going on another one. They were with me when there was the fire alarm that happened outside my apartment. I have a balcony right here. This is natural light. That's not natural, but over there my balcony is. And we were just watching the fire trucks come. Thankfully, it was just a dinner that got burnt, so there was no fire, no one got hurt, which was great. But yeah, they were with me through quite a few different things. So I want to take some more pictures of the projects as I work on them and progress as different things happen, like the journey of your yarn. Kind of think of it that way. So yeah, I enjoy that. That's some of my intentions with these projects. So this current project is in my bag by So Crazy Crafter. Let's see if I can get... I can't tell if that focused. And I love it. It says Espresso Petroleum, a little Harry Potter coffee cup. So appropriate and perfect little sock sack. I love everything about it. The inside has this awesome fabric, all of the different Hogwarts crests. I'm a Ravenclaw. Whoop whoop, would be on measure. Such a dork. This is basically a hoe, what I have in here, and this is a shorty sock. Again, I'm trying to find my perfect recipe, so I started to do some shorties, so they were a little quicker. And so I love the yarn. It is beautiful. It's coming out a little washed out. So, a little shorty sock. I love everything about it. I have to Kitchener the toe, and then it's done, and weave in the ends, and then I can start the second one. So, basically a hoe. It'll be a hoe as soon as I stop recording, because I'll just Kitchener it right up, and it'll be set to go. So you can't go wrong with that. It's very soft. I really like the yarn more than I thought I would. Confession, I have gone to Hobby Lobby a couple times. I try not to support them too much, just because I don't agree with some of their practices. You know, as a member of the LGBT community, I really try not to support them. I do get hooked in by the yarn every once in a while, especially if I'm having a bad day and I just need some yarny goodness to help therapy for me. So this was on sale. It's their Cozy Toes by Yarnbee, which is a Hobby Lobby house brand. And the colors, the colors got me. We have black, navy, light blue, lime green, light brown, dark brown. It's a very stretchy yarn, which I didn't think I would like for socks, but I really like them on the needles. It's a US 2, they categorize it as 93% acrylic, 7% polyester. I'm not sure how I feel about the yarn content. We'll see how they wear. But for shorty socks, and they were on sale for $1.24, you can't go wrong. So I'm pretty sure I can get 2 shorties out of one of these, and I got 2 of them, just in case I wanted to do longer socks. And so I, again, cast on 56 stitches on a US 1, and the irony here is that these are too short. Not short lengthwise, they're too widthwise, and so I'm going to try casting on 64 for the second one. It's so strange how, yeah, the different yarns work up differently, and you can like see my foot through the stitches, because I wanted something that was going to hug my foot a little bit more, but not so much that you can see through the stitches, so pretty noticeably. Whatever, they'll be around the house socks, and it's the journey, not the destination. So yeah, this is basically a hoe. I'm calling it a hoe because it's my channel and I do what I want. Ooh, shoot. Yeah, so there we go. The second one will be cast on maybe today if I feel like it. I might take a little bit of a break and work on any one of these other whips that I have. So yep, I love it. That is awesome. I love this little bag. I love the canvas. The canvas look. I like a lot of printed bags too, but the plain canvas just gets me. It's durable. It wears well. I like it. Another bag that I have with another project is right here, the Marauders map. I love it. This is by Fancy Boy Designs. I know there's several bag makers out there that make these, but I love it. And the inside is, don't mind my power cord, that was right here. Golden Snitches fabric on the inside. See it right there. So in here, I just have a hat that I'm working on. It's probably going to be a Ross hat, basic 2x2 rib. The colors, though, are what get me. And it's really washed out, but these are like a deep purple. It's looking blue on the screen. That's weird. It's having trouble picking it up. And so, can you see this even better if I go? You can kind of see it a little better from further away. That's more true to color. Yeah, so this is just a Red Heart basic. I don't remember which Red Heart it is, but I love the colors. And one of my good friends that I'm working out with, she really liked this color. We went yarn shopping after the gym one day, and so I decided to make her a hat with it. So it's Red Heart, you know, it's a basic acrylic. You can't fault them for their colors. It's one of the things I know a lot of people love about Red Heart. It doesn't feel the softest, but also going from working on a sock to working on worsted weight yarn with US 7s these are on, feels really good too. So I work on it a little bit until the plasticky feeling of it gets me too much, and then I switch to something else. So I'm trying to remind myself that I do this for fun and stop putting pressure on myself to finish projects, to do things I don't want to do. I don't want to make this not fun. I think it's fine setting goals for myself with my knitting and crafting, but it's not my job, and I don't want it to be my job. A lot of people have said, you should open your own Etsy shop, or you should do this or that, and I don't want to. I'm being real honest with my audience. I want this to be fun. And I'm not saying that people that have a small business don't have fun with it, but I enjoy my job. I don't want to switch it, and I want to keep this for fun and a hobby that I love and enjoy, and that's where I want to keep it. Gesundheit, Artemis. Gesundheit. She's like, does he want me to come sit on his chest so I can do that? No, I don't. I love you, but I'm warm. She really loves my blanket that's on the back of the couch. And so I'll be sitting here knitting and she'll lay up there, and sometimes she'll just like put a paw out and just keep it on my head. I'm like, okay, love you too. I complain about her, but I do love her. Like, we're bound for life, sweetheart. I can't pet her because then she'll want to just be on me. So I'm not going to do that right now on camera. That made it sound weird. It's not weird. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on, folks. Yeah, so that is two of my more active whips, something that I haven't touched in a little while that I want to get started on again. I am making a snood for one of my friends. And so this is, I can't remember if it's a free pattern or paid for pattern, so I won't show the pattern, but I will show the picture of what it looks like. And so that is a snood, and this is going to one of my good friends, Miriam, who is a huge fan of the podcast and has berated me. Like, I have welts on my back. She's berated me. Okay, not really. When is the next episode coming out? I want to see the next episode. I know you're knitting, so where's the next? I love her. She is an amazing human being, and so this will be for her. And it is my first time using 100% mulberry silk, and it's beautiful. I made a modified AZ Goes It DK shawl with Trubu, 100% bamboo, because it's very similar to silk, and I wanted to get ready for this project, so I did that project, and I love the AZ Goes It DK shawl, and so I have that at work, but I'll try and remember that for next podcast to bring that as an FO. So I practiced on that before I cast on this, and so this project bag is a Ziploc. A Ziploc bag, and so here is my project. Here's the yarn, first of all. Hide my face behind it so you get to see it clearly. It is beautiful. Again, it's coming up blue, but it's purple, a variegated purple, which is just amazing. I love it. I bought this from Little Knits, and I don't remember the brand. And of course, I didn't keep the ball band. You think I would learn as a podcaster to be better with that, but maybe it'll come with time. Maybe it won't. So this is my start. I'm just working on the ribbing, and it is so soft. I don't think it's as splitty as Trubu from Lion Brand, the 100% bamboo. It could just be me. I tend to split my yarn a little bit. I love these are not Chaogu needles, but I love my Chaogus that are a little sharper. And that is very loosely spun yarn. This is not as loosely spun, and it's so soft. So yeah, I love it. I'll probably cast it on when I get bored with socks a little bit and practice. It looks like an AZ pattern. The pattern, I think, is going to end sooner than what Miriam would like, and so I'll probably find a point in the pattern and just keep doing the repeats to make it a little longer before I finish it out. So yeah, that's another one of my whips. First time using silk. I really think working with that Trubu helped me with that, because it's a very similar, super soft yarn. Great for the summer. And that's why I wanted it for a shawl. I wanted a shawl that was better in the summer that I could continue to wear. And so, yeah, highly recommend Trubu. Highly recommend Little Knits. If you haven't heard of that website, they have lots of different sales, name brand yarns, higher tiered fibers, yeah, Cloudborne. I think they carry Cloudborne if you're looking for some of that. And they constantly change it up and keep it super affordable for folks. And this is one of the most expensive types of silk you can get, and I got it for half price. And so I think it was $17 for this cake, for this hank that I spun up into a cake. Yeah, super, super affordable if you're looking for different yarns and some budget-friendly locations. Definitely recommend those. Yeah. One of my last whips that I'm going to show today, I'm not going to show you my baby blanket that I'm working on, the crocheted one, just because I haven't worked on that in a little while, and I want to show you when I make more progress. I'm almost at the point where I've used a full skein of big twist yarn of each color. So I happen to have a pile. So big twist, skeins of color. The blanket will have, I think, 2 skeins of each color, and I have 4 colors, so I'll have 8 skeins. And so I want to show the progress after I've used 1 full skein of each color. That's my plan. So maybe by the next podcast, 2 podcasts from now, yeah, I'm definitely making progress. So that's good. That is good. And so another sock whip that's on the works. This is the yarn, which is beautiful. That's pretty true to color. Pretty true to color. It's got these amazing blues, tans, little pops of yellow and green in there. And it's the same company that had these. I got it at the same time at Casting On in Appleton. But I cast it on the first time, and I have no idea what I did, but it was completely wrong. So I frogged it and restarted. And these are, again, I'm not sure the needles, but they're definitely either zeros or double zeros. And maybe Chow-Goos would feel better because I love Chow-Goo. But I feel like if I really wanted to, I could just bend this like a paper clip. And I'm not saying that I'm not the strongest guy out there. I mean, but I just feel like I could, and they would just be done. And so I'm very careful when I use them to not be distracted and accidentally bend them. These, again, are going to be a pair of shorties. We'll see if I like the consistency. I think I did 56 stitches. I'm not going to count in front of you all. But I think I did 56, and my beautiful cake looks not beautiful because I just frogged it and wrapped it around the cake. It says it's all together. So this isn't even in a bag. This was in my lunch bag. So literally in my lunch bag right here, because I took it to work and put it in the side pouch and called it a day. The other thing that's in here is my next whip. And so this is just a basic washcloth. My aunt had asked me for some thinner washcloths, and I don't know how to make a thinner washcloth. So I'm using the big twist cotton that you get at Joann's. Can you tell I love Joann's? Because I do think it's a little thinner than like Sugars and Cream. And it's not 100% cotton. It's like 15% cotton, or 85% cotton, 15% polyester, I think. So yeah, this is just in the colorway jeans. A basic washcloth. I crochet these because I prefer crocheted washcloths over knit washcloths. And so I do my foundation chain, then I do a layer of single crochets, another layer of single crochets, then double crochets. And so I repeat that until I get it to the length I want. So 2 rows of single, 1 row of double. 2 rows of single, 1 row of double. And I just love the fabric that creates for my washcloth. And then I will do a border in a different color as well. So I do the outside border of just single crochets. I was trying to remember if I did slip stitch or single crochets. It's single crochets twice around, and that makes a really nice washcloth that I enjoy using. And I enjoy switching to crochet for some projects. So that is my washcloth that I'm working on. I had another finished object. I made a Brewers inspired scarf for one of my coworkers that just got a new job, to kind of congratulate her. I know she loves the Brewers, or I love the Brewers, the Milwaukee Brewers baseball team. She loves the Cubs. I know, sad taste. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not that rabid of a sports fan. Um, she loves the Cubs, so I made her a scarf. I was just gonna say, I like sports because I used to tell this to people, and they're like, "You want to come over to watch?" I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin, so they're like, "You want to come over to watch the Packer game?" And I usually say, "Sure," and they're like, "Oh, are you a big Packer fan?" I'm like, "I've got a couple T-shirts, and it's a Wisconsin team, so." But I don't follow the stats like everybody else. There's a lot of very intense, oh my god, intense people in Wisconsin that are Packer fans. And I usually say, I'll go to watch because I really enjoy the dip. People are like, what? Like, I go for the dip, like the buffalo dip, the pretzel dip, the chip dip, the salsa. I go for the company and I go for the people, and I don't really go for the dip, but I go for the social part of watching the games and things like that. So I like to give her crap just because I know she enjoys the ribbing about the sports teams and she really loves the Cubs. So I made her a scarf. And then, so this is not a project bag, but it's become a project bag. This is a Costco bag that I found for like $8, and it's actually a refrigerated bag. But isn't it? I love the canvas. It gets me in the neutral colors a lot, and so I stuffed a whole bunch of yarn in here when I went on a trip I'm about to talk about. And I started. Again, this is crocheted. I started a Packer scarf where I'm just carrying the yarn up the side instead of doing this every 2 rows. And so, little Packers scarf. I'm not sure it's going to go to maybe another new coworker that just started. Wisconsin's cold, and if they're not used to it, I make lots of scarves. Usually out of crochet because it goes fast. If I really wanted to, I could finish this in a day. It is with Homespun. No, Hometown. Again by Lion Brand. Hometown yarn. In the colorway Green Bay. Imagine that. And then, it's a size 6, super bulky, 81 yards, 74 meters, 100% acrylic. 100%, yeah, 100% acrylic. It really reminds me of Thick and Quick, which I really enjoy, and it's so fast to crochet up. I really enjoy the bigger yarns using crochet. So if I wanted to, I could get that done today, but I probably won't. It's also warm, and I enjoy more sock knitting when it's warm, as you saw by one of my other whips. So this will get done in my cooler bag. It's also the bag that I have my whip for my gloves that I was working on that match my cardigan. And so, again, huge needles. I think these are size 13. So that's just the cuff of what will be a mitten. Very simple mitten to match. At least it was going to be. I don't know how I feel about it anymore. I'll have to make that decision later. So I guess you'll have to wait and find out. That is that. Do I have any more projects? No. So we've made it through FOs. We've made it through hose, half object. We made it through whips, work in progresses. So we have future cast-ons and acquisitions. And let's get to it. So future cast-ons. This is some yarn I got in the last 2 months. Do not tell my coworkers they don't need to stage a yarn intervention. They need to start knitting or crocheting. I will convince them. It'll be a thing. So this is number 5, bulky. This is Bernat Frisia, which I'm sure a lot of people have different opinions on. But I really like it. It has a very much 70s vibe to me. I don't know why. I think of shag carpeting, which not that I want shag carpeting. I'm not even sure 100% how it feels. But This is the yarn. I enjoy it. And right on the top, there's this pillow, which I think they crochet, but I might just knit. And I've done a hat that's very similar to this, and so I want to make a couple pillows out of this. That was my whole plan. I haven't started, but I want to make a couple pillows. And then I went on a trip recently, and it's not much of a trip. It was to a wine tasting at an alpaca farm in Wisconsin. And so I have their tag here. This was from London Dairy Alpacas in Two Rivers, Wisconsin, and they have a whole bunch of different events. I'll hold the sign up. These are your show notes, folks. Hopefully you can see that pretty clearly and it's not backwards, because if it is, you'll have to find a mirror because I'm not editing it. I loved it. This was so much fun. It was for 2 hours. I got to hang out with one of my other yarny friends from work, and it was $8 to go, which, you know how much I spend on yarn? $8. It's a deal. And you got to go in, and you had to park across the street and then walk in. And once everybody's in, what they do is they shut their gates, and then they have a wine tasting, all from South American wines. And at first I was like, why is it South American wines? Not that I have a problem with that. I was just not something you're used to in Wisconsin, South American wines. And so it's because alpacas originate from South America. Huh, blew my mind. Had no idea. And so it was really cool being there. I'm not a huge wine fan. I'm pretty basic, chuggy, if you will. I learned that from Michael Shaw, and I really fell in love with his recent series, pardon my French, Good Morning as Fuck. Oh, I love him and Elizabeth. They're so fun. I just want to be their friends. And so, yeah, I think it's probably chuggy of me, but I really only like Moscato, like super sweet, give you kind of gut rot Moscato. I'm not classy. I know who I am. And I'm not classy at all. And so, yeah, I tried the wine. If you're a wine connoisseur, you might like it. But the really fun thing is everybody was knitting. I was the only guy that was there, of course. I walk in, and the proprietor, his name is Kevin, was like, "Oh, you must be James." And I look around, and there's just women everywhere, and quite experienced in age women. I'm trying to be polite, okay, people? Trying to be polite. And I look around like, "Oh, how could you tell?" Yeah, I'm James. And so, yeah, it was great. They shut the gates, and then after they were doing the wine tasting, we were all sitting around knitting. They let the mama alpacas come out with their babies. It was so cute, and I got to pet some of the babies, and they just kind of wandered around us and learned a lot about alpacas. The person that owns it is a retired agriculture teacher, and so he's very much not about overbreeding them. He tries to do things all naturally with them that make sense with their body rhythm, so he doesn't overbreed them. He lets them go through their natural cycles, looks at behavior training with the alpacas. It was a really cool experience from some pretty ethical alpaca farmers. So, and they had a gift shop that was associated where they sold wine, alpaca things, including alpaca yarn. I did not buy any alpaca yarn, and I'll tell you why. I didn't know what I would do with it. And it was a small business. They had to get it sent out. It's from their own alpacas. It comes back. I understand the cost, and I think it's worth it. But I'm not going to buy. Usually I have to have a project in mind to buy yarn, even if I don't end up doing that project. That's how I tend to buy my yarn, is I'm very focused on what it will be turning into, and I couldn't think of anything that I would knit with it. But it was very beautiful, super soft. They have another event coming up, which I think is the same type of event. And they offer an optional tour of the farm for like an extra $7, and you come like an hour early. And so I might see if my coworker wants to go again, and other people we've told, and go the hour early, and maybe I will buy some. Maybe I'll change my mind. Um, so that is coming up, and we're gonna go back again, and it was just a ton of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, One thing I did buy, and they sold this to make bird nests. They have alpaca refill, which is the fur or the part of the fleece that they don't use to create the yarn. And so I bought 2 big bags of it. It's right here. It is beautiful and soft, and the top is open because Artemis can't stay away from it. And I love everything about it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my pillow and use this as the stuffing. So it'll be a smaller pillow, not that I care, but I think it's cool that I'll be able to use the alpaca as the pillow. And if I get my stuff together, maybe I'll have it done in time to go back to the alpaca farm. And so that would be really cool. I hope that happens. And so just a couple smaller pillows, accent pillows maybe. I have 2 bags of this. It was $5 each. Definitely affordable. And you can see all the different colored alpacas they have in the fleece. They don't dye this. This is all of their colors. And so there's black, there's dark brown, there's tan, there's white. Very cool. I really, really enjoy it. So that is a couple of my acquisitions. That same day, we went to that town 2 Rivers early because there was a yarn shop we haven't been to, and we wanted to check it out. And so I did get 2 more skeins of yarn. These I got. I can't remember. Oh, what was the yarn shop called? It's the only yarn shop in 2 Rivers. So if you want to know what it is, look up 2 Rivers, Wisconsin yarn shop, and it's right there. And so I got these beauties. This one first because it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, it's like a deep rainbow. These are both Heritage paints, so Cascade yarn. I love it so much. These will absolutely be socks. No question about it. I've kind of got that whole sock bug. And so these are 75% merino, 25% nylon, 437 yards or 400 meters. Size 1, super fine. And so I love them so much. Oh, I can't wait to have some socks. I'm glad I'm using some of that other yarn to figure out, my recipe. So hopefully I have a better idea of that before I cast these on, because these need to be a pair of socks that I have in my life. They just have to be. So that's one skein. And the second skein, again, this is Heritage Yarns, or Heritage Paints, Cascade Yarns. And I love this color. You have whites, you have blues, there's a deep red, some light green, orange, brown. I think this is just going to look amazing once I cake it up. I love seeing the hanks of yarn and then the cakes and like the differences and how it actually becomes a fabric. Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Artemis is bored with it, but too bad. You live with a yarnaholic. That was a piece of cat hair in my mouth. That's gross. I'm not editing that out, so you're welcome. Yeah, so I got those 2 skeins of yarn. They're amazing. I got another skein of yarn, and this is, I think, from Lolo Did It. I ordered some yarn. Oh no, this is from Blue Water Fibers. And I think I got this because I was watching Good Morning as Fuck by Michael Shawn. And so my brother got married last year, and my brother and sister-in-law's wedding colors were, I can't think of the names, and so I'm sorry, but there was like a deep mauve-y color. And so there's a amazing picture of the bride with all her bridesmaids with their backs to the camera, and they all have their drinks tilted up and they're drinking. And it's an amazing picture. And I found this yarn, which is called Wine Time. Super appropriate. My sister-in-law loves wine. She would probably know what to do with that alpaca place. But Look at these colors. I put this yarn next to the picture from last year when they got married, and it's like, this is made. This is made for her. These are going to be socks for her. One, it's called Wine Time. The colors are so true to that picture. And it has alpaca in it, and she loves alpaca. And so this is 60% merino, 20% superfine alpaca, and 20% nylon by Blue Water Yarns. And so again, I'll show the Blue Water Yarns. It is amazing. I love everything about it. It's so soft. I've never knit socks for anybody else. Again, I'm trying to figure out my own recipe. So I got to send a really interesting text to my sister-in-law, who I'm very close with my brother. And I sent her a text, and her name's Rachel. And I said, Rachel, I have a weird question. That's how the text started. So I prefaced it. What are you doing this weekend? Can I come and measure your feet? And then I said, because I want to make you a pair of socks. And so, but it's weird. I'm going to take some cardboard. I'm actually going to stencil out her foot, and then I'll be able to put that into the sock as I create it and see if it's long enough. But she's super dainty and petite, and she's like 5 foot, I think. And so very small feet, and she loves it because then she can buy whatever shoes she wants, and she can look in like the kids section. But I'll need to make sure I cast on not very many stitches. So I'll probably want to measure a little bit because I love this yarn. I really want her to love it, and I want them to look good. And I'll see if she wants like 2 pairs of shorties or just 1 pair of longer socks. But they speak to me. I found these. I'm like, oh my God, it's perfect. I would show you the picture, but I didn't ask permission to do any of that. And so it's kind of weird. I don't want to do that, but it is perfect. It's called Wine Time. It's got alpaca. It's some of these shades. It's not all of these shades, obviously, because it's different, but some of them match perfectly. And how can I not? How can I not? Right? I can't. I had to. Right? Thank you for agreeing with me. Tell my coworkers. Just kidding. So I have a lot of other yarn to still show, and it's already been 48 minutes. Woofda. Oh, I love coffee. So, yeah, I got a bunch of other yarn. Most of this is from Joann's. Let me pick out what's not. So I got some more of those Cozy Toes for $1.24. This time it has colors of blue, gray, black, and yellow. I was trying, oh yeah, it's definitely yellow in there. And so, Cozy Toes. That's the color. You kind of see, oh yeah, right there you can see the hint of yellow. Hint of yellow in there. So again, 2 of these. That will be fun. Then I got some more because this was on sale. This is Yarn Bee's Color Idol in Lapis Stone. And so it's 50% wool, 30% nylon, 20% acrylic in super fine. And so sock yarn, sock yarn. And there is 415 yards or 380 meters. Sock yarn. So I might move on to this next after that, just because I like using the discounted yarn to practice my sock knitting before I get to the super amazing stuff. And so there's a lot to go with these. And so 50% wool, 30% nylon, 20% acrylic. Yeah, and so that was in Lapis Stone, and the same thing, but this time in Limelight. So that is a lot of sock yarn for $2.24. So you can't. I'm looking for the deals. I need the practice. So that was the last of my Hobby Lobby purchases. I got some more cotton yarn, sugar and cream, pretty basic, number 4, 100% cotton. What is the color? This is in Sunkissed. Sugars and cream. I like to show the label because sometimes I like to pause and look at the label. Focus. Okay, I don't know how to get it to focus. I'll have to play with that. So yeah, these will be washcloths. Then I have, again, more stuff that was on sale. I have 3 skeins of this. This is the Big Twist Natural Blend from Joann's, size 6, super bulky. I got it because it was on sale for $2.97, and it'll probably be a scarf because there's enough of it to make a really nice scarf in a deep, deep purple. What colorway did they call this? 80% acrylic, 20% wool, violet. So this is the Big Twist Natural Blends. And again, the purple. My camera's just struggling with purple today. Oh, there's a kind of a good one. That's true to color. That is true to color. I like how they call it natural blends, but it's only 20% wool. I mean, I guess technically that's a blend, 1/5. Maybe I'm being judgy. But I like it, and I like the natural fibers too. I don't think they're too scratchy. I love them for winter, so I'm kind of really looking forward to this winter for all the knitting I'm about to do. So 3 skeins of that. We're getting to the end here, folks. I got a couple more Red Heart Super Saver. Let's see. The first one is in colorway Artistic Print. So again, it struggles with those purples. It's like a muted rainbow almost. Those colors they're much more muted on camera than they are in person. So I really like that. These will probably be fingerless mitts or gloves. And then same thing, Red Heart Super Saver in Wildflower. This is the other color that my friend really liked. And so I'll probably make her some fingerless mitts. and actually, this has the pattern on the other side of the label, and I think it's like dragon scale fingerless mitts, and so I'll probably use that in this colorway to make my friend those, because her hands get cold. And then I got some Patton's Croix, again, for socks. This is probably the step up from the discounted ones, because I got these, I think, buy two, get one free. So not a bad deal at all. I loved it. And so this is in clover colors, and it's just such a cool, I don't even know how to describe it. It's 75% wool, 25% nylon, 50 grams. I just love the colors. Sorry, I should show you. I get distracted. And it's a little washed out with all the lighting. There we go. That's pretty good. That's good. I love those colors. So I got two of these. And then I just bought for contrasting heel toes and cuffs, which I thought about. They didn't have a black, which I gravitate towards black. But this is in muslin? I am not pronouncing that correctly, and I'm sure somebody's going to correct me. Yeah, and so it's like this creamy white. Not eye bright white or anything. Creamy white. Which will probably stain really fast on my heels, of course. But it's good. It's good. I'll move on to these after I get done with that lovely $1.24. What was it called again? Cozy Toes, a Yarn Bee. When I get done with that, I'll move on to Patton's Croix, because I do like Patton's Croix. I've used it before. The socks fit pretty well, and I think my color choices this time are a lot better than the last time, because last time I didn't realize that it was a tonal color, and I used two different yarns, and it didn't get enough space to be fully tonal. I should have just done one yarn and not done contrasting heel toes and cuffs, which was my own mistake, but I won't make that this time, and so I don't think this will be a mistake pairing these colors together. So I only have, oh no, there's two more things to show. I only have one more thing to show. I'm running out of box, literally a box of yarn. So, oh my God, there's more than that. I bought a lot of yarn. Ooh. Yes, sweetheart? Yes? Do you see this? See, she's very needy. that means I can come and rub up on you now, right? She is a sweetheart. Hi. This is where she wants to be. This is Artemis. Say hello to all the new viewers. Or rub your face against my face. That's fine too. She's a sweetheart. She's a scaredy cat. She is not around when there's other people. Not that there's a lot of people ever in my apartment, but... Oh, do I need a bath? I took a shower this morning. Excuse you. She just wants to cuddle. She wants to nap right here. She's like, why aren't you laying down? Make this convenient for me. I'm not done with my show yet. I'm not done with my show. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. There you go. There you go. So, just today I got some new yarn. Again, I went to Joann's. It's not my fault, you guys. Okay, it's totally my fault. But I've never had this big twist yarn, and it's all sparkly, which is not my go-to, but I'm thinking for the upcoming winter, the holiday season, especially with some of these reds. I wish they had greens. But this is all Big Twist Twinkle. Excuse me. And it, I bought all the colors. I bought every one that my Joann's had. And so most of them are 97% acrylic, 3% polyester. There's one or two that's 97% acrylic, 3% metallic, metallic thread, but it depends. And so this is the Big Twist Twinkle. Oh, and there you go. You can see some of the twinkles. There you go. So we'll see. I like Big Twist over Red Heart. I think it's softer. I can definitely feel the strand in there. But if I like the projects like hats and stuff that I'll make out of this, or gloves probably, it'll be worth it. So that was in the colorway red. This is in the colorway mulberry. Again, look at the, you can see the twinkle. I didn't know if that would show up on camera, but you can definitely see the twinkle. Then we have sapphire. Yep, I can't. That is definitely sapphire. Big Twist Twinkle, sapphire. And last but not least, we have teal. Big Twist Teal. Ooh, that's not showing up true color. It's looking really dark blue, but it's an actual light blue. Compare it to sapphire. You can kind of see the difference there. But yeah, you can really see the twinkle, so they got that right. They definitely got that right. And then my goddaughter had an 11th birthday, and I was super excited because she was really into Harry Potter. And me and my cousin, who I'm really close with, we grew up together, love Harry Potter. And so she had a Harry Potter themed birthday party. She wanted like the books. And so I had messaged my cousin. I'm like, well, if other people are going to be buying her the books, I'll buy like the auxiliary books, you know, like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Cooking in Hogwarts, those books that aren't part of the 7-book series. I got her. And so I got those at Barnes & Noble. And when I was there, I looked in the knitting section and ended up getting Harry Potter Knitting Magic by Tanis Gray. So super excited about this. And when I brought it with me to the birthday party, and I actually had my goddaughter pick out what she wants to make. And so she wants to make the Chamber of Secrets beanie. And I can't show the other picture, so I'll try and show this picture just because I don't want to give away the pattern. But it's that door from the movie with all the snake heads that unlock and let them in. And so it's a, you know, color work beanie. And so I'm very excited. Both my cousin and her daughter identify as Slytherins. Not as good as Ravenclaw. Okay, a little bias there. Just a little. But I will be doing this in black and green. And so We'll see about black. I might try and find like charcoal, because true black, if you knit, it's hard to see your stitches. So I might try and find like a charcoal or a deep gray, and then a green that goes well with it. But that will be coming up probably for Christmas as a present for her. She looked through and she picked out her favorite thing, and that was it. So really excited to have that, to knit from that. So that'll be in the works. Oh, and the very last thing goes along with my future projects. So one is going to be that hat. The other one, I want to make my first sweater, my first hoodie. I just did the cardigan. I want to make my first hoodie for this fall. And I am behind the times, but one of the things I saw so many of the podcasts that I love make, and I fell in love with, and I really want to do it. And I'm nervous because I've never done like a sweater, and you saw what happened to my cardigan. But if I make it a little too big, it's fine because it's a hoodie, and that's perfect for winter. And I can't wait. And so I have a box of yarn because I'm getting excited to make this. And I just got a package of some more because I'm like, I don't know if I have enough. And so I am using Cloudborn fibers. And this is 100% superwash merino. And I can't remember the colors that this is. Heather gray. Gray heather. So gray heather. And I am using, this is what it looks like caked up. I've started the process of making some cakes. As a contrasting color for my hoodie, I am using espresso heather. Again, in Cloudborn fibers. Espresso heather. Ooh, that's a good comeback light. There you go. And let me show you the tag. So, again, I ordered this from Little Knits because they had a great deal, and I needed a hoodies quantity, and they had it on sale again. I'm like, I don't know if I have enough, so I ordered some more. 2 more of each. So I have a total of 6 of each color. So I'm excited. I am going to be casting on, and I already bought it, so I have the pattern, the Montrealer, but by Designs by Dells, and so I'm super excited. I know there was just a group of people that decided this year to cast it on with a bunch of the different podcasts that I watch, and so I am super excited. I can't wait for that to be done. I can't wait to cast this on. My plan is to start it in August and have it done by October. So that's my timeline. When it starts to get cold, and if it doesn't get done till November, that's fine, but it absolutely will get done. And I'll probably pick a size up from the measurements because I want it to really fit. And if it's oversized, that's okay. That is absolutely fine with me. And so, especially in winter when you might want to layer things or all that good stuff, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And there's nothing stopping me from starting it right now except for the weather. It is really hot. I am not a hot weather person. Miriam's going to be dying when she hears this because I was just hung out with her the other day, and she needs to be on the podcast. Right, folks? Weigh in. Help me peer pressure her to being a guest on the podcast. She had us over to her apartment, and it was funny because somebody was cold and I was hot, and so I stood right by the AC and the other person stood like right by the heat source that was there. And so yeah, that's the reason I haven't started the Montrealer, is because it's warm. It's warm. And I'm using 100% wool, which I want to, and I think it's going to be amazing. Look at my arm. Doesn't that look great there? Okay, enough of that. I'm so weird. This is what happens. You're like, how do you entertain yourself by yourself? Watch this podcast. So I'm really excited to cast that on. I can't wait to see how that goes. It's been great. That is all the knitting content that I have. I'll be trying to record another podcast probably in a week or 2 weeks. As far as the working out goes, that's been a struggle for me lately. I've actually gained back a little bit of weight, and so I'm trying to be much more conscious on really what I'm eating. That's what it is, my nutrition choices lately. And so I've been continuing to work out pretty regularly with some friends from work, who they say they really appreciate me showing them what to do and having someone to keep them accountable, and they help keep me accountable. So that's good. I was about to start this podcast and tell you about my day and how it was going. And I was about to say that I was a little upset because I had a date that was planned this morning. So I'm a strong, independent young man, but I don't want to always be independent. Okay. So I had a date that was planned, and I was going to meet this gentleman for coffee, which is my ideal first date. And I'll tell anybody that. I don't want to be trapped at a table getting lunch, getting dinner, even brunch, which I love. I don't want to be trapped at a table. What happens if we don't click, if there's not chemistry, if they're very unsettling and I need to leave? I have no problem telling somebody that, but let's not be trapped in the first place. I like to go get coffee and go for a walk. That's what I like to do. And so I had arranged to have this date, and I was very excited this morning, and I had kind of told some people, my coworkers, and so I know Monday morning they're going to be asking me, how did it go? How was the date? And I get there, and I was running like 2 or 3 minutes late, and so I messaged them, and I said, hey, I'm running late, just wanted to let you know. Didn't hear anything back. Got there, got my coffee, sat down. I am reading Sentinel by Audrey Fay of the Ghost Mountain Pack. I love that book, and so I was like, yes, he's not here yet. I'm just going to read a little bit, because I was almost done with it, and I finished it, and then 8:30 turn around, he still wasn't there, hadn't messaged me back, never said anything, and it was super awkward because there was another person that was there that kind of looked like him, and I had never met him in person. It's a first date, and I texted him like, this is a weird question, but are you in a red t-shirt right now? And thankfully he didn't respond, because that was not him. Can you imagine if I had gone up to somebody else? Like, that's just not safe to do. Sometimes you got to know where you are. Artemis is getting really bored. She's playing with the plastic bags again. So he never showed up, never did anything. I was about to start this podcast and be like, well, I need something to lift me up today. But literally right before I start, he gave me a call and he said, I'm so sorry. I think he had been out the night before. And so he said he just woke up. Can we do it another time? And I said, thank you for calling me. Because I get it. That happens. And it takes a lot of guts to give somebody a call after you do that. So, yeah. That's what's kind of going on in my life. I'm excited for these future projects. I'm excited to get some things done and show you the progress, and you guys will help keep me accountable. Artemis, I'm almost done. I'm saying goodbye. She gives none. She gives none. So there's a lot of podcasts I want to watch. Oh, I'm so excited. There is a new podcast that I've recently fallen in love with, and that's what I was trying to remember the name of it. It's We Share Needles. They're two amazing friends in Arkansas, and I just want to be their friends. They're casting on all these socks. It kind of helped me get my sock mojo started again, practicing with socks. And so, they're my newest podcast that I would promote. If you haven't checked them out, they're great. They're amazing human beings. And I just want to be their friends. I really, really do. Maddie and Kristen. And so, yeah, really cool. It was great to see you all. Thank you for stopping out. I will try and keep this more regular. That's my goal. Until next time, I'll see you later. And I hope you all have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.